Hello and good morning. It is 9 o'clock on Monday, and as I said that I was going out, look at my windscreen. I think we had some hail, so I'm going to have to turn on the heating system. So let's go over to EV. And watch what happens when I turn on the heating. Now let's lower the fan. 1, 2, 3. Now the fan has been dropped to 3, and as you notice there is a drop in power. The climate one is going up. That is the heating element, I would take it. So we'll have to wait until we can get our windscreen wipers to clear off this snow. So we are leaving with 100, well, it'll go up, but it's 32 degrees and we're at 96.18. So let's see what we get to. So after a couple of minutes, look at where climate is now up to, 4.26. Now I went outside with a scraper and scraped off the window, so we can now turn off. And it hasn't been long, it's only been a couple of minutes. We haven't just sat here and let that just clear it all by itself. We give it a hand. And as we said, it's 32 degrees. Now we can go back and look at what range we have. Okay, you see range 132. $32. The car is now an hour at 0.22. As you notice, the climate is now off. And we're not driving yet. We have got 212 kilometres. I wish it would put that in miles, you know. I wish it would have the miles one next door to it. So we better zoom back. So we are now ready to go. We have a nice clear window. The cabin's a tiny bit warmer, but not too much because we didn't keep it on too long. So let's see for where we're going, what happens, and let's see what the roads are like. So let's get on with it. going up a 15% hill. Brilliant.
We love that.
4 bars of power. The road's a little bit frosty looking.
You think?
Still 4 bars.
Hey, it's actually kind of focusing.
Wow. Down to 109-mile range. Still 4. Oh, I managed to get down to 3. We've got to a level bit.
Okay.
Okay, we have now arrived at Consett, and I wish my camera person would stop laughing at me. Okay, so as we take it, we have now got here, and let's have a look and see what miles we've done. Okay, let's get some close up there. So we now have 104-mile range, and we've done 96.40. So we're going to now turn the car off, and you're going to see what we read for distance and how many kilometres. 22 miles, 3.9. Now that's lower than the last time. That is definitely, the last time I came here on the same road it was 4.4. Today it's much colder, it's icier, so we're a little lower. Plus with the way the road is, that it's ice and wet, it's a little more. So let's see how we can improve it on the way back home. So we'll leave here after we've done some shopping and had a walk, and we'll continue our little out bit and see how far we get today. So, okay, we're back on the road again. We've just finished Consett, and since it's a bank holiday, there's only a few shops open, so we did pick up a couple of things. So we're now heading to, I don't know where. So we'll just see where we're getting and see what views we can get when we're driving along. It's still now 39 degrees, so it's got a tiny bit warmer. And an Ioniq's just driven past. So let's see what we find and where we end up. Car with snow on it.
Seems to be a lot of those.
We'll head towards Stanley, but there's no point stopping at Stanley.
Why, where's Stan?
the wind blowing off the sea.
Yeah.
Okay, now, as we said, we left Consett. We headed to Stanley, but as of course it's a bank holiday, so nothing was really open, so we just continued on from Stanley, and I went onto the road to Durham, which was like that. Got to Durham, went through Durham, and went to the road that said Sunderland, and we went towards Sunderland. At Sunderland, we passed through the centre of Sunderland, and then got onto the coast road, which runs around and up to South Shields. Now, of course, at South Shields, I thought, well, might as well charge, and so we tried, I think it's the one that's at Winchester car park, and that one just had a red light on, but when I offered the card, it offered only the CCS and the Chadamore plug and not the little tiny one. So I'm going, well, it should work. Plugged it in, wouldn't work. Now the head was damaged, so I assume that maybe it's something that it's not sitting in its position properly, so therefore it didn't connect. So I went a mile along the road to my standard, well, the one that I use the most in South Shields would be the one at the customs house. When I got there, there was two vehicles on. One was an MG and the other one was an E208, and so I couldn't connect. The 7 one was broken, so I parked the car and we went in to have a look at Asda and see if there was anything going cheap there. Wasn't really anything, so we came back. When we got back, the E208 one had left, so I took its place and we connected the charge, and 23 minutes to charge up, so we just did that and then we came back. So now you've seen the distance. Get my clipboard and I write down each day what the clock says for the range that I've got, to see if I'm losing any big amounts off overnight because of cold weather and anything like that. So when we left this morning, we did pretty well. So I'm going to show you now, because I haven't turned the car off. I've took the stuff out the car, put my key in my pocket before I forget it, and now we'll go and connect it and show you what mileage we did. Are we ready? 77 miles, 5.2. So we've done 77 miles today in our circular drive, and we did 5.2 over that whole distance. Now if you remember, it was 3.9 when we were at the first stop. 3.9. We've made all of that back, even though it was up and down. There was more down, so we regened more. Not only that, but because of distance, then we started making up that the battery wasn't getting charged up anymore, and it was just trickling the power into the 12 volt, so it didn't need any big power updates for that. So that was all done. So we need to, just got a message for the first time, battery, it's about the battery discharging. So we're all done, and we'll see you on the next video.